most powerful thing that I think we need to encourage people to have, not to have, to tap into, because we have it.
Yes.
Because when you are in a situation and you are calm, and people ask you, how come, doctor, you've become so calm, and then you're in this situation? How do you do? Where do you get that courage? It's a powerful state of our situation. If we can be in that state of mind and be able to tap freely, be in that space, is the most powerful thing. Because with that, then whatever is happening, whatever we think is real or not real, you will be able again. Because you know, the Bible says, God says, peace unto you. Be at peace. Be at peace. So you can't hear, your spiritual eyes cannot be open if you are not at that state. So you need to be in that state. That's why even the people who wants to tap in that, first they have to calm their mind of any storm that their mind is busy tapping into, saying, don't tap into anything that is unstable. Go to peace.
Yes.
When you are at peace, it means now it's calmness.
Yes. KB, you've touched a very important point, because for me to get into this place, actually, I had a challenge of compulsive thinking. How I ended up, with these discoveries for myself. I had a challenge of compulsive thinking, and I think for a long time I've been identified by my thinking ability. I mean, academia. So it has a lot of, the cognitive aspect. However, my challenge now was to sleep at night. It was like my mind can't stop thinking, and I think it's because I had not allowed myself to get into that state of inner peace, which gave you a very, it was a change in terms of the quality of your life, not because of any material position, but in terms of how you navigate through. So just to cut the long short, I don't know if you know Sindol or Alcohol. It's a painkiller, but it makes one to be drowsy.
Okay.
When you're having headache.
I don't.
Yeah. I used to take Sindol when I'm having headache, but it will make me drowsy. So this now was becoming something that I was starting to have a habit when it's at night, because I know that I have that compulsive thinking that I thought I'm not able to stop it. So I was like, Sindol, even if I don't have headache, let me just take Sindol so that, it will make me drowsy and then I can sleep, But after I had found out, that's when I realized that, no, these things you can stop yourself. There's one thing that is very important as well, navigating, and also in innovation. I think, some aspects, I'm not sure who said this. Someone said it. I was having a conversation, or I read from a book, I'm not sure, that the reason we're not having a lot of innovation in this era is not because we lack the thinking ability. It's because we are unable not to think. I was like, So the person was bringing the other aspect that sometimes you have to, compulsive thinking, okay, this was the point. Compulsive thinking is actually a disease when now the thinking is controlling you. It's not you controlling the thinking. I don't know if it makes sense. So I'm just like, in reference to what I've just said in terms of my story, where I was like, this is controlling me. And I wanted freedom in all aspects. I wanted freedom for myself in terms of being liberated and not be controlled by thinking, the other parts of liberation. But how I ended up with this discovery is that it was part actually of the factors that made me to say, no, what's happening? How can I? So I started to ask these questions. So I was open, to learning, to unlearning and to relearning. So eventually, though, I was like, no, it's because I'm confusing two things. Happiness is so also attached to the ego. Mm-hmm. So in this reference that I've just, the